If you think that doing an endless amount of crunches is the only way to build a stronger core, then you might want to pay attention to the rest of this video. In today's video, I'm going to show you the most essential exercises that you need to be working on to help build a stronger core without having to ever do another sit-up again. Let's get started. Welcome back, guys. It's Dr. Mike, and I'm a physical therapist providing tips on how to build strength and longevity with your body. Now, many people think that the only way to build a strong core or build core stability is by working on these flexion-based exercises, which we commonly see people do at the gym. These are things like crunches or sit-ups, hanging leg raises. And although there are some value into working on this flexion-based exercise, it's not the only way to train your core. In fact, as physical therapists, we greatly believe on training the spine and the core musculatures by resisting specific motions. So resisting motions in rotation, inflection, and extension. And make sure you stick around because all of these exercises are going to challenge you in many different directions. Now, if you're new to the channel, I like to provide people with many modifications. So even though some of these might be more advanced or challenging, at least the first two will have some modifications that you can work on. And then as you develop more core stability and strength, you'll be able to move on to the later two exercises. So we're going to start off with the first exercise, and this is going to be in a plank position on all fours. So essentially our hands are going to be stacked underneath our shoulders and our knees are going to be stacked underneath our hips here, and we're going to call this a plank walkout. And this is a walkout because now I'm going to basically walk my hands all the way out until as far as I can go while trying to maintain a hollow body. When you start to allow your hips to kind of shoot back and your back go into that extension, you're getting out of that hollow body. So we really want you to kind of think about tucking that tailbone and staying tight, nice through those abs there, and allowing your arms to reach as far as you can go until you can no longer control that motion. Okay? Then you're going to walk your hands back out to the starting position. As you're working on this exercise, you can perform about 10 repetitions at a time. And you'll notice that the further that your hands go away from you, the harder and the more demanding your core muscles are going to have to work before you kind of fall down to the ground, okay? A step up from this exercise is going to be on hands and feet, so in the plank position. So now your legs are going to be extended, and now you're going to still work on the same pattern where you're reaching your arms out in front of you and then bringing your hands back underneath you, and once again reaching your hands out in front of you and then reaching those hands all the way out underneath you, okay? 10 repetitions at a time. The next exercise is going to be performed in the same position on hands and knees, and we're going to focus on the plank clock. Now, the reason why I love this exercise is a lot of us are focused on the lower core abs, but most importantly, we should be thinking about also what's happening above, so the upper core and even into the shoulder blades, because that controls a lot of our upper trunk motion there. So you're going to perform this here by working on stabilizing one shoulder to the ground as you are moving the opposite arm in a clock motion. So I like to go in about 4 different directions. So I'll go upward, diagonal, out to the side, and underneath me. And then I'm going to switch to the other side, above, to the side, out, and 4. Okay? And as I'm moving one arm, I have to have enough core stability on the side that's supporting me. So I'm actively pushing into the ground, making sure I keep my body in a nice straight line here, and I'm moving that arm. So some of you might find that this exercise is pretty simple. I'll usually like to perform about 5 repetitions on each side. If this is too easy on your knees, you can go ahead and transition to that plank position. Once again, now we're reaching in 4 different directions, just kind of like we're moving in that clock pattern, just like that. When this gets very challenging, you'll start to notice your whole trunk start to rotate, or it might even be too difficult to really reach out in front of you. But as you get more comfortable with this exercise, you're going to be able to reach further. You're going to be able to reach in more further directions, which is going to be challenging with this exercise. So 5 reps on each side there. All right, now we're going to really start to challenge you, and we're going to move on to the plank body saw. That sounds like a funny exercise, but I rest assured this is going to be one of the most challenging exercises that you're going to perform here. So you're going to go into that plank position on your forearms, and those legs are going to be extended out behind you. And now with my elbows here, I'm actively pushing into the ground here. I'm not allowing my shoulder blades to sag. And what I'm going to do is act almost like a teeter-totter, and I'm using my feet as well as the pressure of my elbows through the ground to shift my body forward and back, kind of like a saw. So that's why we call this a plank body saw. And we're shifting back and forth. You're going to feel a lot of the serratus anterior. It's a muscle that is underneath the shoulder blades. You're going to feel your core muscles. This is going to be challenging with your breathing. But now as you go further and further, it's going to really force yourself to stay in that nice hollow body versus getting into that extended position, okay? Plank body saw, we can work on anywhere between 20 to 30 repetitions at a time. So the last exercise that we're going to focus on that's going to help you build stronger abs is a plank archer turn. Now here, I love this because it's now going to challenge you with some rotation and controlling how much rotation your body is moving here, which is going to help facilitate the deeper core muscles, your transverse abdominis, your obliques, your lower abs, and it's going to just tie everything all together. So you're going to be starting in a plank position, side plank position on your elbow there, okay? And now you're going to transition your body and you're going to rotate into that plank position and then move to the opposite side here, okay? Going back into that plank position, turning on that elbow with that opposite hand. You can raise it up above your head or you can keep it down at your side. But now I'm rotating my body, kind of moving into that side plank, front plank transition, and side plank, okay? Just like that. And here you can focus on 10 repetitions at a time while you're rotating your body, trying to maintain that nice straight line and really focus on pushing those elbows through the ground, not allowing those shoulder blades to sag as you're actively using those core muscles there. Okay, now those are some of the most essential core exercises that you need to be including in your routine to help build stronger abs. Now, if you want more information on how to build strength and longevity with your body, or if you're looking for a core workout that I've created myself, go ahead and take a look at the next video here. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next one.